mbinguni ndio tuweze kuanza.
Bro, mwamuache. Feed yangu naitoa ukirudisha. Usiweke hiyo, usiweke feed line. Toa kwanza.
Good morning everyone.
Niangalie na kushow.
Thank you God for your day. Thank you for having us for your activity. These are the exercises, guidance as we start. Take us through to the end.
Wide shot unatoa.
As we come to the guidance, as we come to the end, we are judged. Okay, thank you. There is an extra judge who will be coming from up there. So I want to invite the CEO of the Kenya National Innovation. In that case, you may not have all the skills, because you need the skills of others to join the team. We recognize that you need funding. Never be able to do all the funding. Some form of grants, you can give some form of awards, but we're going to need funding from other sources. One of the things we're trying to do is to connect you to other players who can give you funding. Some of the judges that you see in the room have a lot of experience in this area. They can tell you that there is more funding than you actually need out of. And ask how if you think that there is not enough funding for the. How many of you think there is a lot of funding for
Cliff.
How many of you are
If you can.
Let me ask the question again. How many of you think that there is no funding, enough funding to support your idea also? 1%. How many think that there is a lot of funding, more than I need to support my idea? That's about 40%. The other 40%, you're still processing the question. Fine. Okay, so I'll come up. Now, there's quite a lot of funding out there. The issue is that
I don't participate in crowd.
who has that kind of funding? And how can you convince that person to give you that money? Now, we recognize that depending on where you are, the kind of organization you have, the kind of training, the kind of things you can do, you might not know whether there is that kind of funding. There's a lady here called Sonia. Sonia lives here. So Sonia is keeping track of all the investor relations in Kenya. She has a huge database of funders. Some of them are giving small chunks of money to the private sector. Some of them are giving large chunks of money. And depending on which position you are and how you develop your idea, she is a very good contact. So all of you, I encourage you to build a relationship with this lady, and she will help you. We are here trying to help you get some little funding, but she's going to help you in the long run. Are we together? Okay. The third thing we know you need is infrastructure. So depending on the kind of thing you're developing, you're going to need an incubation hub, you might need an accelerator, you might need a technology transfer office, you might need a lab, you might need a makerspace, a co-creation lab, and so on and so forth. Is Diana here? Yes. That's the second unit that I'd like you to keep an eye on. So she has built a long list of ESOs, enterprise support organizations. She has incubators, accelerators, and so on and so forth. Even facilities that have certain levels of expertise. That's your contact person if you're looking to enhance your access to infrastructure that enables you to develop your ideas further. Maybe some of the things you may need, she may not know, but once she introduces you to someone and someone and someone, you gradually build a network of infrastructure that you can use. The fourth thing we believe you need is markets. Why? If the idea you're developing is not going to benefit a user or a customer, then I'll classify that at home. And it's a nice thing, like it makes you get excited, to feel you, clap for you, and so on and so forth. But ultimately, I want to believe that you're trying to be an enterprise, you're trying to be an innovation-led enterprise, isn't it? You're trying to build a startup, isn't it? Now, there is a man called Enos. Enos is one of the judges in India, an amazing expert on issues of markets. And when I grew up, my market was my village. That's how my horizon was. Like I would think this is where I can sell my products, or I can provide a service. But as time has gone, you think about the country. You come to the country, you think about East Africa, you think about Commerce, you think about FCFTA, and Africa. You think about the globe. So we are very interested in how you open up your horizons. Wow. Now, of course, you can support. How do you identify the kind of environments where you can actually get your products?
Singekuwa inaleta hiyo ni ya Devi, hiyo ni ile tulidunga za Devi mbili, ndio hii na hii yenye anatupea na yenye Devi ile HDMI ulitoa hapa, kumbe ni yetu kale kando edition kani ile HDMI ulitoa hapa ni yetu.
So one of the things that we must do over the next
Sawa. Utakuja hapa.
If you need help in terms of direction, where to go, we will provide that service. We've got a team here that provides service. Walk around and do this. Diana is also responsible for things about the issue. When you receive some of the
So inafaa tujipange, tunaweza kwa event nyingine tuko kwa
probably
nyingine.
something that we use to protect your we can put you in touch with the corporate board, anti-counterfeit authority, camps, now, so this program is one of the initiatives we have to support the mechanism of scouts. If you turn to your neighbor, please turn to your neighbor. Now answer me the question. Have you ever seen this guy or lady next to you? Never in your life. That's why you guys look at your tent. You're like, I've not seen this guy next to my area, and so on and so forth. But it's a mechanism of identifying people across the country who have the mechanism that we can support to become commercial. So you're coming from different countries. Maybe informally, but to come from different countries. And it is very intentional. Create some kind of platform that so you're going to become a team as we go along. And
Then
you want that journey, and some of them are Check it out.
Wanasema light
Light ya watu. Hiyo si nini? Ni second.
Okay.
So what are we going to do? Apply, evaluated, somehow, a judge, every official, and you got yourself here. We have this group, tomorrow there will be another group, all the way to Friday. And you are competing for a county level award. Somewhere around mid to end of April, we'll call those within a county award. And we will invite you to Nairobi and we'll have an amazing ceremony. Now you will see this face again and maybe you will have known each other and things will be warmer. And you will be recognized for your county efforts with some funding and the prospects of connecting you to some other investors. We will rally a number of investors into that forum. You may not have an opportunity to present there, but we may give you some cocktail tables where you can start networking and build relationships with people who could support you. Beyond there, between April and June, we'll be going through this process of trying to determine the national presidential awardees. And they will come from you as well. So it'll be another evaluation process. So by the time we hit June 4th, we will host a startup festival where we will be awarding the finalists. And the plan is the head of state will do the awarding because it's a presidential innovation award. And there we will have categories of youth, we have categories of startup, we've got categories of students, we've got a category of researching their innovations into enterprises. So with that, I hope I've given you a context. These amazing judges are not your friends. I know they are ruthless, they are hard, they will interrogate, they will smile, but they will not deviate from the fact that they are looking
what format? 2 lines. Hello, Innovators, how are you? So we're going to have the 2 lines that are in front, like I'll have the first line and the second line. Joining us on stage, we'll have the CEO standing right here. Thank you so much. Let me have the 2 lines, kindly. Right? So you just be following, right, shoulder to shoulder, right next to the CEO. Here. Right. Thank you. Right. Well, let's not stand behind you, kindly. Come on the side. Right. Right. So let's have, we are not having anyone standing behind, so just follow on the left, and others to the right. Yes. Something like that. Right. Right. So let's have the second two lines join us on stage. So I understand that you are two. Okay. In the order of height. So if you're tall, just behind. If you're taller, come in front. Let's have more people on this other side. And then let's say the last person will be him. Sasa, let's have the last line. It's okay. So, go behind and come first. So all of us will be looking at the camera right here. I'd like to see some smiles. Alright, we're excited and very scared. You can be excited just looking at the camera. Innovators are smiling, right? Then we do a more relaxed one. Thumbs up at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up at the camera. Nice one. All right, let's have the Kenya staff join the photo. Yes, just right in front. Right, thank you. Let's have more. Let's spread more to the other side. So the totals will be at the far end. Then, all right, yes. Right. Let's fill this gap. Thank you. Let's have more on this other side. Thank you. All right, all of us are looking at the camera. Smiles. Some of us are very serious this morning. Right, he's better. Thank you. Right, thank you. Thanks so much. Right, thank you so much for that. So it's getting exciting minute by minute. So at this moment, I want to invite Yvonne Jerry. Again, I will be telling you who you can clap for, okay? It's only you who can clap for yourselves. Funny enough. So I will be inviting Yvonne Jerry, who will be supporting our wonderful team of judges through the whole process, through the whole week, to ensure everything runs smoothly. So Yvonne Jerry, kindly come on stage and take us through the next session. Right, yes. Yvonne Jerry is right here. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much. I was expecting fireworks, pyrotechs. Hello everyone, good morning. How are you all? You're good? All right. I know some of you have come from far and wide, yeah? So we're so grateful to have you and to see you. And for me especially, because I can see these young, bright minds are the ones that are going to change the course of Africa. Do you believe it? Who believes it? Because I do. Yes? Which problems do we have in Africa right now? We have problems in what? Healthcare? Huh? We have a lot of, we still can't feed ourselves. Kuna watu wanalala njaa. Imagine in 2025. Yeah? The people don't have access to medicine. There are farmers who can't get their produce to market. There's Kalian artisans who can't get their goods to the market, yes? Yeah? There are people who can't produce high quality things. all these problems, I'm a strong believer that we as Africans are the ones who can solve Africa's problems. So I'm very excited to see you guys here. My name is Yvonne Jerry. My background is actually marketing and advertising. That's where I started off. And then I got into innovation management. So I have worked with multiple technology companies, some in payments technology, so including Visa, IBM, I was at a local bank here as well, and then most recently at MasterCard, where I was part of the team that was helping to build platforms and solutions using technology that can help solve some of those problems that I have just talked about. So it's an agri-tech platform that when it was good, we were able to commercialize it.
mtu akipiga picha na hakuna kitu inaonyesha, yani hata hiyo graphics haitasaidia.
And then about 10 years ago, I started working with startups and young businesses just to share with them what I do in terms of commercializing businesses, how to launch new products, how to have a good product market fit, who are your customers, how do you go to market. I've been doing that for close to 10 years now. And most recently, I actually was involved in the Presidential Innovation Awards, the first cohort, and I'm so excited to see you guys. So my role today, tomorrow, and the next 4 days really, is to work with the judges to ensure that everything goes smoothly for you. So your job, me, I'm going to do my job well. I'm expecting that you do your job well as well, okay? Please come and share what your products are. Make sure you can show us what the product is, how there's a good customer market fit, customer product fit, okay? And for me personally, I'll definitely be looking out to see how you're solving some of the problems you see in your counties and how this can go to Africa as well. All right? I want to introduce you to the judges that we have. So for today and tomorrow, for this category, because you guys are special, you've come from the county, yeah? Tuko na judges wa nguvu. And I'm not just saying that. These are people that I have known for a long time. And I've seen the work that they have been doing with startups, both product startups and some with technology platform startups as well. So, and some of them have actually built their own. They built their own startups. So they have successful stories to tell. We might not get into everything today, but I will give them a chance to introduce themselves. So I want to call up Anne Lawi, Miss Cam. I want to call up Enos Westwa. And I also want to call up Samuel Juguna. Please clap for this guy. Give them a round of applause. So I met Anne Lawi, oh Lord, many years ago. So we have Enos as well. So I'll hand the microphone first to Anne, and then we'll pass to Enos and to Sam, so you can hear from their own voices and from their own hearts how they're here to support you as judges. Karibuni. Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Napunguza
Now, I am so happy to be here today.
sawa, niko na
And as you have heard, my name is Annawi. I have been on this journey of supporting entrepreneurs, build their businesses, provide technical expertise for more than 18 years. And I cannot say that I count myself as one of a startup ecosystem child because I started my career very early on before even I joined university before I joined university on the journey of supporting entrepreneurs. And what I have stood out, and I see some faces that we have come across in different platforms. What I have learned in my journey, and my journey has overlapped in so many areas. I have extensive expertise in supporting entrepreneurs, building startup ecosystem across Africa, investments and driving impact investments into the startup entrepreneurs across Africa. I have worked with most of the accelerators. Some of you have met in NILAB, some of you have met in Nigeria, and for the last more than 15 years, I have been leading investments across Africa. I was working at Spandia, we were injecting initial capital into startups that we accelerated. The same thing in NILAB. Just transition from IPA. I was running a fund, ticket size 50 to 150 USD. Currently managing a fund called Emerge Fund, funded by the World Bank, investing in 8 countries across Africa, looking for the next growth startup in smart climate and smart agriculture, but also anything in between circular economy. Now, what should I tell you as someone who have had a million pitches? People pitch to me all the time. Please don't ever lose track. To lose track of the problem that you're solving. The product had changed every time. I find most far obsessed on the product, but not the problem. Please be obsessed of the problem that you're solving. The next aspect, who is paying for that product? And in this case, there can be a solution where you have the market, you have the product, and someone else is paying. But who is paying for your product? At any given time, if you have those two right, you have the problem, and there's someone paying for it, money will look for you. You will not look for money. If you don't lose sight of the problem, and you have someone paying for it, money will look for you. So I will leave it at that, and I'll be keen to hear all of you today and tomorrow what you're doing, and I wish you all the best. All the best.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. As you've heard, my name is Enos, and I'm really excited to be here. I can see someone smiling very well. Maybe we've met somewhere, but I think I see familiar faces. So I have also been in this ecosystem for a very long time. She's called me a young man, and I was flattered. But yeah, my journey started way back. I am a 2 times founder. And during the time when I was finding my first business, there was nothing like this. There was no Kenya, there was nothing. So you had to think, how am I going to handle this? And I think there was a lot of lessons that I learned. And ever since, I've worked with accelerator programs, about 10 of them. The first accelerator program at Strathmore University called IBIS Africa that gave birth to Mleja. How many of you have heard of Mleja? Mleja was actually the first exit we ever had. And by exit, I mean it was bought by Safaricom. Now, it's exciting for me to be here because of my journey and because of sitting on the other side. So when I was starting, I was struggled. I learned quite a bit. The time when I was finding my second startup, I really wanted to scale, okay? because the first one, the unit economics were impossible to scale. So I'm sure you are asking yourself, what are unit economics? So just to set the stage, that I'll be looking at what are some of the unit economics you're dealing with. Are they scalable? Are they not? But to cut the long story short, my passion now became, how do I scale my second business? Which led me to interact so much with the UK Kenya Tech Hub at some point. I was a partner, but currently I am the country director for the UK Kenya Tech Hub. We support Kenya and we're excited. So we have access to market, access to finance, and access to talent. And these are the quite key components of how your business is going to grow. You need talent, so please talk about your talent. And by talent, I mean, who's your co-founder? What's the formation of your team? Okay? You need to understand the markets. So the markets, how big is the market? So 3 key things I will share is that, 1, you have to show the potential of your product. She's talked about the problem. So the potential of your product has product solution fit, all right? Or rather, problem solution fit. So the potential of the product, the potential of the market. Who is the owner of the problem? And is he willing and able to pay for it? And how big that is? And then lastly, your ability to execute. So is also in the team. So I'll leave you with those 3 key things. And I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Morning. Morning. When I say startup A, you say startup A. Startup A? Startup A? Startup A. Awesome. I can tell you, you're in the most beautiful place you can ever be. The journey you are starting now is a journey of interesting stories. So my name is Samuel Njuguna. I'm the CEO and co-founder of a company known as Chums. We define Chums as a goal-based savings and investment app that utilizes behavioral psychology to guide you on how and when to save. For example, if somebody sends you money, the app will ask you, hey, would you like to save some of the money you have received? If you spend in a pub, it will say, hey, we see you having fun. Kindly save some of the money so that you don't spend everything. Currently, we're in Kenya, and we're also launching in Rwanda. In Kenya, we are managing a fund now of close to 1.2 billion. And we have enabled people to save over 7 billion in 2 years. My words of advice, so that's in Kenya, and we're also in Rwanda, and we have gotten approvals in Tanzania and Uganda. So basically, do not be limited on how far you can push your ideas. My words of advice are 3. The first one, we are judges, but we don't know everything. So whatever we will tell you when you are seated there, do not take it as a Bible truth. Yes, we might be able to guide you on some of the things you can do, but you don't understand your market. You understand your product even better. We'll judge everything based on what you're going to present. The second thing, the journey of building a startup is a very hard one. And when I started my personal story, I come from a village, from a place called Gatondo. I decided I'm not going to look for formal employment. So I decided to build my own thing. So while doing that, I would get calls from home asking, hey, Sam, you cleared campus, you're not looking for a job, what are you doing? I was staying in Keno. And then people started saying I'm doing drugs because they can't see what I'm doing. Nikaanza kuitiwa pastors waniombe. And I couldn't go home for like a year. I was just building my own thing. So the key thing you should always ask yourself is, how much do you believe in what you're building? Because a lot of people will challenge you. And the other thing to know, and I started my campus right before I graduated, before the graduation day. The other thing, in tying to that, the key thing you should know is that parents give you two things. They give you roots where they ground you in morals, but at the same time, they give you wings through education when they can tell you can be whatever you want to be. But now when you're building a startup, they'll try and get you to get a job, but at the same time, the same wings that enabled you to be whatever you want to be will bring attention, because they have grounded you to be employed. At the same time, the education you have had is telling you you can start your own thing. So at that point, you always need to make the right decision. It's something from my experience interacting with other startups in other countries don't experience, but in Africa setting, because you are among the first ones doing this, starting a business out of campus, it's something you are going to experience, right? And then my third thing is, one of the things you do, and the last thing is, as you build a company, it also builds your character. So see it as a journey. Don't see it as an end of just doing this. Along the way, the market will guide you. Along the way, you'll have advisors who will guide you. Take it all in stride, and you're going to build an interesting company. Sindio, are you excited? Yes. So it's a learning journey, and be open to it. And the last thing, maybe the fourth thing I would like to say is, the other key and important thing you have here are the networks you're going to form. When you start your company, kuna watu wataandikwa job, they'll be earning salary while you're still struggling with chapodondo. But if you believe in what you're truly building, you should stick by it. Yeah, and I'm also happy to be here with Dr. Mwansa. So when we started our first company at the University of Nairobi, I went to the lab and asked the lab, hey, I've graduated, but I want to be using your lab and try and build a company. And one of the key people who held my hand was Dr. Mwansa. So you're in good company. Yeah, so excited to be here, looking forward to more interactions. Do not let the judging just be the end of our interaction. We come and share ideas. Cindy, are you excited? Startup A? Startup A. Startup A? Startup A. Awesome.
All right, thank you very much. Please clap for our judges again. You may go take your seats. All right, so you're ready? Mnajisikia aje? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? You're good? I can't hear. You're good? I can't hear. You're good? Very good. All right. I think now we can start off. So remember to believe in yourself. Put your best foot forward. We believe in you. All right? All the very best. I want to now hand over to my colleague Phyllis, who's going to run with the rest of the program, including enabling you to, or calling you guys up, and she'll be assisted by Diana. Asanteni sana.
A round of applause for Yvonne. You have to clap. We have to clap. So thank you so much, Yvonne. And maybe I will start off by introducing myself. My name is Phyllis Mbiu. I work for a consulting firm that is a partner to Kenya. And what we do, you see that hierarchy of all the people who support startups and entrepreneurs in the country. We form a very special group of people called angel investors. And these people are literal angels, because what they do is that they put themselves in your shoe at that specific point when you're starting off right at the beginning, and we offer money to startups and support them and mentor them as they continue to grow. So I would just like to affirm everything that has been told by all the people who have been here on stage, that you have the right people in this space here to help you move going forward, okay? So in that same spirit, we have to make sure that everybody is okay. I can feel the tension, but trust me, all is well, okay? So let's go with Sam's mantra. Startups A, startups are. The R's is not coming in well, very well. Startups A, startups are. Somebody from county number 1, raise your hand. People don't know their counties. You know, we're just trying to make sure people are listening. Somebody from county number 15, raise your hand. I'm also not sure which county it is. But one of the most interesting things that you also need to acknowledge is that with our interaction supporting Kenya in implementing the research to commercialization program that we have been part of, is that a lot of people and a lot of startups and a lot of innovators could possibly work together towards bringing up products even in a better way, because you are probably seated to somebody who's a specialist in accounting. You do not have that in your startup. You're probably seated next to somebody who has had experience in, I don't know, product development. You don't know about that. So one of the key things before we kick off that I want you to do is to talk to the outlier next to you. I want you to get a name or two from next and next, and then we can kick it off. So come on, let's talk. I need to see somebody talk. Some high fives. There's somebody who's still looking at me. I can still high five you from here, but you need to get somebody, talk to somebody. You get the name, you get what they are doing and from which county they are representing. Then if we are ready, Yvonne, you can give me a thumbs up. Okay, so I know we had received this order prior, and we are going to follow the same order as it was. We'll be having the representative.
Haya, mbio, Naomi mbio, kuna blank, kuna dead moment. We were dead there. We have dead there. Need to move. Sound, check that mic. Sunny, do you listen? I'm gonna make you. Listen. Another thing, the premise. Okay. Umeiwasha. Naomi umewasha. Haya, sawa, stand by. Haya, move them near to the entrance area.
Okay, to kick us off, please, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Vitalis Olunja. A round of applause, please. So Vitalis Olunja will be representing from Samburu, and he's here to represent a company called Omiflow Hub, and he'll tell us more about what he has. So Vitalis, karibu sana. A round of applause for Vitalis. This is the same energy that we'll use to clap for you. Come on, let's go.
Change.
Yes, thank you so much.
Blue Iris,
Yes, I'm Dennis Olunja from Samburu County, and our company is called Innovators, where we revolutionize wastewater into clean parks and usable water, usable clean water. Yes, and in Innovators, we do not use any chemical. We just use nature-based.
And Naomi, you know my care in the office documentation. Please.
We started our customer problems addressing water waste crisis. Water crisis is a big challenge to us as Africans. So we decided that why not just clean that is being wasted to better things that we can also get benefit from. For example, let's say in Samburu, we have some water running, let's say from dirty rivers. So we have a company where we go there, we put our project, then the wastewater it turns to a clean water under some process that I'm just going to mention in my speech. So, and let's talk about our solution that is the floating filter called Cytofix. We realized that we use a plant-based system that combines the phytoremediation and hydroponics that naturally clean water. These microphytes that we say is just a plant. There's some plant that we put it under some hardware and plastic unit. Then after short time, it will clean the contaminated water. And if we look at our competitor analysis, when we compare it with the conventional technology, we realize that the cost of our cost as the Omiflow is quite affordable because we don't use a lot of materials, we don't use a lot of chemicals compared to the conventional technology. Ours is affordable in terms of cost. Again, it's sustainable. If we look at sustainability, we realize that ours is plant-based, it has no chemicals, while the conventional side, we realize that it is chemical intensive. Yeah. If we look at the carbon footprint, we realize that ours is just a small emission. And when we compare it to the conventional side, we realize that they emit a lot of carbon emission. And maybe maintenance. Ours is just basic gardening that needs no experts. We just need just a little knowledge and skill. But if we go to the conventional tech side, we realize it's a bit technical, that it needs expertise. People who will be they have to learn a lot so that they manage these things. And let us look at the market opportunity and the untapped potential in Africa, where we see that there is need for water, yet we still see a lot of wastewater. So that is why we said, why not just clean this water? Why not just come up with a very natural way of cleaning wastewater? So that is part of our untapped potential in Africa. And again, it will attract investors who are eco-conscious. They say, no, why don't we? I think our project will attract them compared to the technical one, the conventional. Yes. And the regulatory support, where we require government initiatives to help us to sustain it. And these our projects also, it engages the community, because if we do it in Samburu, we also involve other people to come, the people around, they come and we join hands, because Africa is for us. And now let us look at the value chain from the wastewater to thriving ecosystems, where the water flows, the wastewater inflow enters the Cytofix. This is just the flow of how, this is basically the flow of how we clean the water. It enters the Cytofix, then natural filtration by the plants. As I told you earlier, that we have the dense rooting system of the microphytes. On top of that, our system. Yes, then we get the clean water, and again we achieve green park ration. Let's say somewhere you can chill, some grass, some good vegetation. And again,
this is just basically the revenue model where now we see how does it give us money. When we sell the water that we have, we have we have recycled, we get money when we sell them. We have the park revenue where we get when other people come. When people come to see our inventions, we charge them some fee, and that's part of the revenue. And again, carbon credits, let's say from stakeholders like government or well-wishers. And just to sum up, that's 70% of water that we've reclaimed with no chemical use and no harmful additives. We have just a small carbon footprint, and these are our expertise. The environmental scientists found and lead. And just to finish, what you are asking for is we are asking for investors and partnership, and those who can partner with us so that we continue with this our project. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Vitalis. We'll head back to our judges just to hear if we have any questions or comments for Vitalis.
Okay. Thank you very much. Do any of you have any questions? I ask me.
Vitalis.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Really good solution product that you have built. I have two questions, and then I can open it up for the rest of the judges. What stage of development are you in for the product? Secondly, have your product been certified, and by who?
Yes.
And yeah, and then maybe have you patented your product so far?
Okay, our product started about 4 years ago, so it's something that is ongoing.
So when I ask stage of development, I mean, are you still testing the product, or is it in use by potential users who are, because you have said there are some waters you have reclaimed, is it still in use? Are you testing, or is it in use? Do you have certification?
To be honest, we still don't have a lot of certifications. It is something that just started. We are still testing it.
Okay, you're still testing. Yes. Have you worked with any government agencies for certification like KEBS?
No, not yet.
All right. I think this is a good forum where you can be connected to such, because you can only claim to have a product that, or claim to have reclaimed water if it had been certified to a greater extent for consumption. Do you have any clients that are paying, or any paying clients?
Okay, we have achieved green parks. So we have clients who come to visit, they just pay to see, okay, and pay to engage with us.
All right. If again, we can have your slides with the team expertise. Thank you.
what exists and and your solution in terms of competition that is out there? Just have you done any costing around what you're offering?
Yes, the costing we've done is maybe how much will we pay if we use these machines versus how much will it cost us if we go the natural way.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, morning.
Morning.
Yeah, maybe adding on to the same question. Yes. Again, I think it's key to bring out the cost element very clearly.
Pardon, please, I didn't get that.
Yeah, I'm saying it's very key to bring out the cost element very clearly. So if, as an example, if you were to clean water for a small estate, say an estate of 100 people, what would you need and how much roughly from your estimate would that cost?
Thank you for this question. I think it's a good question that will take me some time to do a better research about. I am not able to answer it now accurately. Thank you so much.
And then in the terms of what can your solution clean and not clean?
Our solution cannot clean water that we can drink at the moment, but we are working on that. And it can clean water, or it can clean sewage water to some water we can use to wash and just use in, okay, let's say laundry.
So the solution, the water we are getting on the other end is specifically for cleaning as it is with your solution right now?
As that now, it's just able to do laundry. But we are thinking of how we can make it better so that it can be used even for drinking at the moment.
Okay. Thank you so much, Vitalis.
Pleasure.
You can proceed. So coming up next, we have the, let me get the clicker. We have Gaida Abdallah from Mombasa in the digital transformation sector. Ms. Gaida, please come in. A round of applause for Gaida as she comes in.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, judges. My name is Ghaida Abdullah, the founder and CEO of Girls ISET. Imagine a world where every girl has the opportunity to shape her future. Growing up in a community that did challenge, yet today, 1 in 3 women every day face gender-based violence, early teenage pregnancy, beyond just Mombasa. This is not just a Mombasa, this is a coastal problem that we are trying to solve and across Africa. This is our team. I am the founder, Reida. I have a background in information technology, and Mark is the co-founder who has a background in data science. We have Mulki communications lead, and Juma, who is a business lead. This is a young youth-led startup that we're trying to create change for young people. Part of the partners that we've worked with directly is Young Scientist Kenya, AfriBot, Angaza Center to be able to reach to marginalized community to ensure accessibility to technology and ensure that our platform is accessible at different level. And also we've been able to win the Ban Ki-moon Foundation scholarship that was 500 USD to impact Girls ISAVE. Girls ISAVE is not just a movement, it's not just an app that we are trying to create. We are trying to build a community, a movement for young girls where each and every young girl has the opportunity to shape their future and to be able to build what they can. Girls ISAVE is scalable enough. Girls ISAVE is tech-driven and impact-powered. Together, let us join hands in ensuring that each and every young girl in Kenya, in Africa, has the opportunity to shape her future and be safe, educated, and empowered. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Abdallah. We'll move on to our judges for the next 3 minutes.
Morning. Good presentation. Maybe I can start. So on one hand, you're handling very sensitive data.
Yes.
But on the other hand, you're making money by sharing this data with other organizations.
Mhm.
So how do you handle the aspect of privacy?
Yes. So we are very inclusive in terms of the data privacy. We have the end-to-end encryption model, which ensures that the data that is being provided is not accessible by other parties. The only parties that we will have access to giving them is organizations that deal with data statistics like the government and also like UN agency when they need the data to be able to publicize it. So it's not like we're gonna sell this data directly to other party because we believe in privacy and we will ensure that through the encryption method.
My suggestion would be maybe you can consider removing some of the personally identifiable data.
Yes.
Especially if the organization you are dealing with just needs to, maybe data that doesn't touch directly on the client.
Yes. Thank you.
Hi, Gedi. Amazing products that you have put together. Currently,
yes.
How many of your partners that are paying?
Yeah. 2 partners that we are working with. That is Wise Admits that are paying on these services, and also Angaza Center Party because we partner in them because they give the computers to students and we offer the digital solutions to access this platform in rural areas.
Okay, so what exactly are they paying for? Is it the pipeline of students? Is it the different offering for your services?
Yes.
Or if you can break it down?
It's actually on the STEM aspect where we provide the STEM opportunities and STEM trainings for these young girls.
All right. And what has been your biggest challenge when working with the paying?
Is the value for community-oriented projects that are going to be scalable enough and to be able for the potential buyer to actually feel connected to being a society, solving a society problem, but at the same time, their money is going into value.
Yes. And maybe the last question.
Yes.
When it comes to scaling this,
yes,
what the biggest aspect of it that you see will be the future of your business?
Yes.
It being an enterprise where it's more impact, but also it have to sustain itself.
Yes.
So what aspect do you see being the skill, being able to scale as you go into the future?
Important aspect is on the aspect of revenue when we will be charging some of these STEM programs to be able to sustain our application, as well as since it's scalable and it's tech-driven, we can move just beyond our counties to even incorporating other counties, and this becomes like a Kenya thing and an African thing, so that it reaches different level and impact many lives.
Okay, thank you very much, judges. Thank you very much, Gator.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Keida. As we move on to the next person, let us have the innovators representing Bungoma, Busia, and Vihiga making their way to the back of the building. So up next, from the climate action sector, we'll have Mr. Ivan Otieno Mondi of Kosta Technologies and Crafts. A round of applause for Ivan, please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ivan Otieno, founder and innovator at Kosta Technologies and Crafts, which is a social enterprise that deals with appropriate technologies for communities with a broad objective of creating livelihoods and environmental conservation. I have a background in community development and project planning and management. I am a 2019 Young African Leaders Initiative Fellow, 2021 Mbele na Biz Business Plan Competition finalist, and also 2023 Halcyon Food and AgTech Fellow. So the problem that we're looking forward to solve is that the Earth loses 18.7 million acres of forest per year, and it is estimated that 15% of all greenhouse gas emission comes from deforestation for charcoal use. So conversely, we have trees that play a pivotal role on our environment by, climate amelioration, supporting the biodiversity, soil health, and water conservation. So as of today, the oxides from the smoke is also responsible for global warming and climate change. And the negative consequences that we have with us is that we have food insecurity, we have loss of biodiversity, and we also have negative economic, impacts as seen with the Mama Mora, whom we met at the formative stages of our business. So when we met her, she had resorted to begging because her business of selling roadside food has collapsed due to the high cost of living. So we interrogated her and we found that she couldn't be able to get to produce whatever she was selling for her customers. So remember, she represents millions of MSME owners who rely on who rely on cooking and heating energy. So we provide clean, affordable, sustainable, and renewable energy fuel briquettes from bio-waste. So how it works is that we engage the youth in the collection, sorting, carbonization, and the rest of the processes that result into us having the briquettes. So I want to underline that our approach is in competitively cutting down the entry of charcoal and wood fuel into the market, as injecting 1 ton of our energy fuel briquettes is equivalent to saving 88 mature trees. So additionally, our work is supported by a UNEP report that says that there are more than 7 billion people globally who produce half a kilogram of waste daily. And half of this waste produced is not collected and managed appropriately, and it's causing global waste crisis. So our work supports SDG 7 and 13. So our energy fuel briquettes have a longer length of burning time, high thermal heat, less smoke, and a shorter ignition time. And these combustion characteristics are supported by qualities such as high calorific value, low emission characteristics, low ash content, and then low volatile matter. So our target market is 20% of the 300,745 households in Kisumu County for the next 2 years, and approximately 100 hotels in Kisumu County in the next 1 year. So for our unit economics, the cost of producing a kilogram of briquettes is roughly 30 Kenya shillings, and we have a markup of 20 shillings added on that so that we have a selling price. So our competitors in the cooking and heating space include charcoal and wood fuel, electricity, LPG, and kerosene. However, we beat them in terms of accessibility, affordability, cleanliness, and sustainability. So here we are fronting low costs and green energy that is going to be beneficial for the millions of the micro and small enterprise owners who rely on the cooking and heating energy now and into the future. So we make money through 2 main ways: the direct sales and markup on deliveries. So for unfair advantage, number one, we use locally sourced sustainable raw materials, which is a menace to the environment. And two, on affordable clean energy, we price our products very low so that we have a higher customer rate of return. On job creation and livelihoods, we have managed to create 15 jobs, and our work supports various MSMEs in the cooking and heating space. On carbon credit potential, we are partnering with the Kenya Climate and Innovation Center to develop a working formula on carbon credits and carbon trading that is going to be beneficial for our end users. Lastly, on community-centered impact, we take pride in community development, and we partner with local organizations to drive our impact. So on the next steps is that we are looking forward to improve research and development, branding, and a business side. Our most urgent needs is in terms of purchasing a bigger capacity briquette machine, carbonizing kiln, crusher, and PPEs. We are also keen on boosting market research and sales and marketing. So we are raising 50 million for the long term. That is going to help us drive this impact. So this work is made possible by myself, who supports operation. We have Mina, who supports finance and admin. We have Maudi, who supports marketing and PR. We have Wycliffe, who supports logistics, and Mary, who supports M&D. So thank you very much. It has been my pleasure.
All right, thank you so much, Ivan. Just a quick question for me. Well, two quick questions. One is, it's a great product, but I'm not getting the novelty of it. What in your own words, do you feel it makes the briquettes innovative of themselves? And then my second question is around the 50 million that you're looking to raise, which is quite a bit of money. I know you've said in the long term, so do you have a different figure for what you're looking for right now for the business?
Thank you very much. So talking about innovation, we come from a point where we want to reduce the entry of charcoal and wood fuel and front and low-cost energy that is going to be beneficial for the MSMEs in the cooking and heating space, because we do realize that the alternatives available are not appropriate for them. So we want to come on board and move with them in that space that is going to be pocket friendly. And our key that we want to put out is with the help of KCIC, and this is going to be a motivating factor in terms of the carbon credits, which is the policy. It's still a new concept in Kenya, but we want to encourage people, the MSMEs, to adopt our energy alternatives so that they can also have the benefits of trading in the carbon credits potentials. That is where we come from. And lastly, in terms of the amount of money we are raising, so that is the money we're raising in 10 years. But for now, we are looking forward to, the money that we are looking forward to raise is going to be in terms of purchasing a bigger capacity briquette machine, carbonizing kiln, PPEs, and a crusher. So that is the most important that we are focusing on short term. Yeah.
Around how much is that?
It could go to up to 2M.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Ivan. If I just come in, try and paint for us a picture of how this market looks like. And I appreciate the fact that you draw your competition around the types of fuel, but I really appreciate you drawing a competition around who else is doing this, and just painting a picture of what scalability really means in this sector.
Okay, thank you for that question. So from a market perspective, I'm talking about the small businesses that rely on cooking and heating, let's say Chipo Muitu in quotes, and amongst others. So these are roadside businesses that support families, and there are very many of them. And currently, we want to expose them to alternative energy sources that is going to be beneficial for them. And this can be advanced to high-end hotels that we can be able to tap in and be able to give us, in terms of we have the smaller, in terms of two, let me break it down into two areas, the small MSMEs and the bigger SMEs for that matter. And in terms of competition, we also have other, startups or companies that produce briquettes. But for us, we want to emphasize the key notion in terms of having an energy source that is going to be beneficial for the MSMEs in terms of also saving our environment. We realize that trees, they play a crucial role in terms of controlling, having things to do with climate amelioration. So we also realized that last month, the temperatures at the place where I come from rose up to 35 degrees Celsius, which is one of the highest. And global warming is here with us. And there's this need to also engage in saving trees. So that is another aspect that I'm trying to sell here.
All right, thanks.
Just a quick comment. I have experienced a lot of businesses and startups in this sector. And unfortunately or unfortunately, I've even invested in one that was doing good care. One of the areas that I would direct you towards, think about what he was talking about, the scalability. There are so many other competitors, Wuma, Kenakoko, Eco Briquettes. There's so many people already doing this. And the biggest challenge is scale, because when you're doing the low product of creating briquettes, when you're doing a small scale, look very lucrative. When you're doing at scale, it doesn't meet the economics of scale. So please do your research. Who else is doing it? What have they done better? What are you going to do differently? How do you scale? Because that's the only way you can build a business that can go 47 counties. Thank you.
Yeah. Can you allow me to add one point?
Okay.
So right now we are in the process of working closely with the Kisumu Water and Sanitation Company, and there is an effluent called sludge that is coming out from the treatment process that is available in large scale, and we don't have a problem of raw material anymore. So yeah, just to give you the benefits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Ivan. You can proceed, and up next we'll have Anna Chari Kadari from Calian Limited, representing Taita Taveta County, also in the climate action and green energy sector. Anna Chari Kadari. Okay, a round of applause for Anna as she steps and presents. All the best.
Good morning. My name is Kadari Chari. I'm the founder of a flooring business called Calian Limited. This journey began the month of May, the year 2021, in Kenyatta University. After making a few observations, I didn't like the way the university manages its waste, and walking in the streets of Nairobi, I don't like seeing the piles of waste by the roadside and the social stigmatization which over 100,000 of the waste collectors undergo on a daily basis. For further analysis, I traveled back to my Taita community. Upon arrival, it was so devastating for me to see the agricultural loss in my mother's farm, where 1 acre of her vegetable plantation will dry up due to climate change, mainly caused by deforestation and water contamination in the river. Deforestation and waste contributes about 20% to climate change, and if this continues, we're gonna lose a lot of people due to poverty. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how does it feel to be in a toilet, kitchen, living room, or even at the balcony relaxing? And all that you get to see, it's a messy environment. Worn out floors and walls, stains all over, it's slippery, it's cold, and the situation keeps on worsening day by day. How does that feel? At Calian Limited, we do make tiles for the floors and walls in the construction industry. Our tiles are made of paper, plastic, and agricultural waste. And to ensure that our production process and operations is efficient, we do make use of technology such as AI, thus being able to collect and recycle over 90,000 kgs of waste annually. We do sell the tiles to real estate developers who are focusing on the interior and exterior design of new residential and commercial construction. A box containing 11 pieces of tiles goes at a price of 2,950 Kenyan shillings, and to our end clients, they're getting a product that is durable, comfortable, hygienic, and eco-friendly. We do have competitors, including Comply. We do have Kenya Marble Quarries Limited, and also Flamingo Tiles, amongst others. They do make MDF laminates, veneer, ceramic tiles, granite, and marble. For us, we do have an added advantage because our products are water resistant, termite proof, fire retardant, strong and durable. They are soundproofing, and also they're easy to install, they're easy to clean, and they are eco-friendly. We do have the technological innovation and our focus on social impact. The flooring market segment is projected to reach 1.637 billion Kenyan shillings in the year 2025, and we are targeting a 1.05% of this market in the next 3 years. In a period of 1 year, we are projecting revenues of up to 14 million Kenyan shillings, and we will be able to achieve all this by selling 400 boxes of tiles in a month. So we started in the year 2021. The year 2022, we got partners to support us. The year 2023 and 2024, we focused on the product development phase, and come the year 2025, the market entry phase. So through our work, we are mitigating climate change, we are creating hundreds of formal and informal jobs, and thus empowering the informal waste collectors in the society. So as a company, we are looking forward to raise up to 70 million Kenyan shillings, but with only 5 million Kenyan shillings from the peer awards, we will be able to strengthen our waste collection partnerships, we'll be able to produce our end products and distribute them to our desired clients, and also do thorough marketing. In our team, we do have Dr. Eric Masika, our technical advisor. We do have Winnie, who is in charge of marketing. We do have Mr. Liverson, who is also a technical officer. We have Kenya Climate Innovation Center, Kenyatta University, and Kenya Industrial Research and Development Institute as our partners. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board and be part of environmental stewardship. Thank you.
Thank you, Chari. That's an excellent presentation. And you've been really consistent. I think I've been seeing you around in many other pitches. So well done. Now, my question, again, goes to scaling. In terms of, and scaling is a question of market. I don't know how you can paint a picture of what is in the market and what the mindset of the people in terms of using this product. I know a lot of people always just narrows down to pricing. Okay, so just paint a picture of how you're gonna navigate the scale-up market in terms of pricing, in terms of the mindset of people, because there's something called ethical consumerism, which you can't force people and say it will save you this amount of green, or rather it's saving the environment. Yeah. So the last question is on just something to think about, because I know there was another block company that have also managed to scale. So it's something you can learn from them. They're called Jenga. I don't know if you know Jenga, so you can check them out. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for the question. So in terms of the market, when it comes to flooring, it is distributed into different categories. We do have the kitchen floors, we have the office floors, the living room, and all that. The kind of tiles which you're going to use in your washroom. They're not the same tiles which you're going to use in your living room. So that is one in terms of market segmentation. And when it comes to the end customer, the kind of materials which they're looking forward to purchase, they want materials that are durable and which are attractive. And most of the times, even when you look at this kind of flooring which we do have here, it is wooden floor. Yeah, so you find for people who want to have some level of class in their houses or be it in their offices, they go for such kind of flooring. But you find wood, it is expensive and also it is not durable. Wood, it ends up absorbing water, and also after some time you find that it gets to be attacked by insects such as termites. So for us, we are bringing a product that is termite proof and it looks like wood. Yeah, so I do have some samples here, which you can also check. And we have been interacting with our clients. We do go to the construction sites, we do go to the real estate developers, and they have really loved this kind of a product. And we are looking forward to pilot also at a place when you go on your way to Nairobi around TRM. There is some construction going on for the army. So we approached them and we introduced our products there, and they considered. So we are looking forward to do our piloting there, and also Kenyatta University has given us a platform. So we'll be able to install our materials there and also showcase to the other consumers. So more of durability, and also is the product classy, and apart from that, people that are also becoming eco-conscious. Yeah.
Hello, morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so my question is, I saw two things. One, I saw you say there's use of AI. I wanted to know what application of AI you have there. And in your team, I didn't see anyone touching on the AI expertise. The other question I had was on your chart on competitors. You can go to that chart. So here, yeah, I wanted to know what you have learned from your competitors that you need to work on.
Okay, so to answer on the question of AI, currently we do, as a company, we do consider collaborating with people, expertise who are working in different fields. So currently we do outsource such kind of services from people who are already established, and they do bring their expertise into making sure that our system is running efficiently, that is. And from our, yes.
On that element of AI, where specifically do you apply AI in the process?
So AI, when it comes to optimizing operations, that is, so we can be able to track the supply chain of products all the way from collection of waste all the way to the distribution of the end product. Apart from that, it also helps us with matters to do with route optimization and also data management in the company.
Okay. Thank you so much, Anna. We will swiftly move on to the next person. So coming up next, we have Otieno Jr. from Shambas Salama, representing Migori County. A round of applause as Collins joins us on stage.
My name is Colin, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm from Migori County. I'm here today to present to you Shambas Salama, which actually
limiting their sales and their produce as farmers. We also have the market issues. These same farmers, they don't really know which are the best markets for them. They really don't know how much can where can I really sell my product so that I get a commensurate profit for my products. They're also experiencing pests and diseases because they don't know how to really navigate these problems of pests and diseases. So once their farms are infested by pests and diseases, they don't know which is the best insecticide or pesticide to really combat this problem. Then they also lack farm implements as compared to large-scale farmers. And finally, inadequate yields. And the inadequate yields comes actually because of all this lack of information. You see, when someone is not able to really know which is the best practice to undergo, then definitely it's inadequate yields that is going to come. And now, what is Shambas Salama actually trying to do? Shambas Salama is actually trying to provide a mobile-enabled agricultural extension services that these farmers can actually get extension services remotely. And we are going to actually provide an AI-enabled extension services. And that is to mean each farmer, depending on the location, is going to provide recommendations and predictions based, actually tailored recommendations and information based on their locality. And we're also trying to provide a platform, a market platform, where these farmers can connect with buyers. They can connect directly to the buyers. They can also connect with their fellow farmers and also connect with suppliers of things like fertilizers and the farm implements. And through this, we believe that farmers will be able to know what is really right. And we're also going to provide recommendations for weather predictions, because that is one of the main challenges that farmers are actually going through. Now, looking at the features of our product, we have valuable insights where farmers can actually get the information that they need based on their farms. This is being provided by artificial intelligence. We also have interactive tutorials. Farmers can actually get all information that they need about their concerns with agriculture. And then we also are going to provide a supportive community. When I talk about a supportive community, is a platform where farmers can actually engage with their fellow farmers. They can also connect with experts, and these are the agricultural extension officers. And finally, we are providing a marketplace for these farmers. And in the marketplace, we are going to have AI recommendations to provide recommendations on the trend, what products are really on demand, and similar things. Now, looking at the market, we have a global agri-tech market, and the value is 14 billion. That is from the data in 2024, and the compound annual growth rate is 15%. Looking at the Kenyan market, the total addressable market is $300,000, and the serviceable addressable market is $50,000. And this is because the smallholder farmers in Kenya are actually 5.6 million. And that means they're the ones who actually contribute a lot to the country's economy. Now, our business model, we have the subscription fees. We also have the in-app purchases and market commissions, plus partnerships and grants. At our competitive analysis, we have the ones above are not mentioned because of time. But then Shambas Salama stands out because looking at them, we're actually trying to provide solutions to all those things that have been mentioned there. Our go-to-market, we are going to do media campaigns to reach out to these people. We're going to do roadshows and community gatherings, and then we're also going to collaborate with fintech companies like Safaricom to help us with the mobile marketing. And we have a team of 4, but I'm the founder and the CEO. We have someone who has a background in agribusiness. We also have someone who has a background in data science, and we have someone who is helping us with research. And finally, our ask is $20,000 just to help us with technology development, marketing outreach, operations, partnerships, and expansion. So it was my time, and thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you so much, Collins. We'll hear from our judges in 2 minutes.
Yeah, just a quick one from me, and then I'll hand over to Anne. Collins, thank you for that presentation. Just a quick one. So far, what has been your main challenge when it's come to implementing the solution?
Actually, when it comes to implementing the solution, our main challenge has been, we are really wondering how many smallholder farmers have access to the mobile devices, and how are we going to connect the gap of digital divide? Because when we are going to provide a mobile-enabled application, then it means that the farmers that we are actually targeting are really acquainted with digital skills so that they can navigate the application, and that has been a very big challenge.
Okay, I think I just want to make a quick suggestion or recommendation. I think you had WeFarm up there as one of the ones who you're considering as competition, but I also want to suggest you look at collaboration with them. They've been in the market and they have understood how farmers engage with digital devices, smartphones, if at all, so they might be able to help through. Thank you.
Thank you.
Collins, hi.
Hello.
Good presentation and good aspiration.
Thank you.
Some question and maybe some suggestion and maybe when based on where you are, what kind of, or rather how many farmers have you interacted with to where you are to make some of the assumptions that you're making right now?
Well, we've had a pilot of about 50 farmers, and these are problems that they're actually going through.
Which regions?
In Migori, in Migori County, yes.
50 farmers?
Yes.
That's not enough, right?
Yeah, it's not enough.
That's too little to making assumptions. I would expect you to have more than 500 farmers that you have tested to be able to make recommendation or assumptions that you're making right now to build a business around those assumptions. That is one. Secondly, there are businesses such as Nyabon, thank you so much, very close to where you are. I would want to hear what you have seen of what they're doing so that then you see what are you going to do differently, because they have also been in the market for enough times, or rather for quite some time. They have understood the market and they have built something. And the thing is, just because someone else have been in the market doesn't mean you cannot build a business. We're just saying they have understood the market. What are they doing so well? What are you going to do differently, right?
Yes.
Or better. The other bit is, and we are saying this because we have been in the market for so long, and every time I sit and I hear a pitch around connection of extension services, and that's why I asked how many farmers you have interacted with, is the assumption that if they get the knowledge, then they will have the right quality or product, the right products and volumes that they need. But it's a mixture of different things that they require, and we require partnership with different things, with different people. So my other question would be, are you planning to, is it provision of those extension services, or that's where you're starting, or that's your starting place?
Well, I've mentioned a couple features, but the main one is agricultural extension services. So when we provide the extension services and the farmers really know what to do, then the other things actually come through. So we are starting at extension services, but then we're also including more features that can help the farmers become more productive and also practice sustainable farming.
All right. A couple of years ago, there was someone by the name Shamba Records Look why they are not able to scale on the plateau or where they are, so that then you see what do you do differently. Also, Shaba Pride and or I Shaba. Those are just look what they are doing. What are they doing, and what path did they take, and where are they now? What do you do differently? Someone else who is doing so quite well is DD Farm, and it's owned by Safaricom. As you see collaboration, what are you going to do? What value do you bring on the table, right?
Yes.
Remember, farmers may not have sufficient purchasing power. Who will pay for your product? That's why I keep on throwing those things to you, so that you'll be able to see who have built a business that is scaling. What am I going to do differently, right?
Yes.
All the best.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much to our judges, and thank you so much, Collins. We'll move on right next to the final person for this morning part. We have Clifford Okoth from Bungoma County. A round of applause for Clifford as he closes the morning session for us.
Thank you. All protocols observed. My name is Clifford Okoth. I'm the founder of Kuku's Kuku Poultry and Vermi Farm, where we are revolutionizing agriculture through sustainable agricultural practices. So what if I told you that the solution to food security, waste management, and youth unemployment could be found in something as small as a worm and as common as a chicken? So that is something that you can think about as I'm doing my presentation. So in Kenya, we have a problem of the waste crisis, whereby we are producing a total of 3,000 to 4,000 organic wastes daily on a daily basis, of which only 70 to 80% of these wastes are collected, and they are processed. So most of these wastes are left in the landfills, and they are on the landfills. They rot and they produce methane, which contributes to the to climate change. So we are coming up with the vermiculture. This vermiculture is whereby we are using worms to produce compost manure, that is the vermicompost manure, so that we can put them on our farms and revamp the soil health that is being degraded by the waste that is being produced from our households. So out of this vermiculture, we are having the vermicompost, and we are also having the vermijuice. But the most interesting aspect about the vermiculture that we are now looking at is the vermiponics. We are coming up with something that we are calling the vermiponics, whereby we are integrating vermiculture as well as hydroponics to produce this vermiponics. So this vermiponics, it's soilless farming, whereby you just use the vermijuice from the vermicompost, and you can plant your crops through it. So it has some benefits, whereby there is the space efficiency. You can just use it on a small space, and we also have the nutrients recycling that is coming up from the vermicompost that is being produced from the vermiculture. So the benefit to the farmer is that it enhances the growth, the plant growth, whereby it offers more nutrients, and it's also sustainable in the fact that we are doing the recycling of the wastes. So our target market is that we are targeting mostly the Western, the Nyanza, the Trans Nzoia, and the North Rift region. This is because they have the they actually occupy the 70% of the agricultural areas in Kenya. And we have the market opportunities, whereby we have many farmers who are looking at a low fertilizer products that they can use, and we are also easily accessible to the organic wastes. So our market size, we are looking at about the total market size that we have in Kenya is around 3.84 million farmers. So we are looking at the serviceable, we are looking at is 2.7, and the SOM is at least 400 farmers. Those are located in the areas that I have mentioned. So for our attractions to mention is that we have already registered our enterprise business name, and we are currently working with 7 young people. On the first quarter, we are looking at creating more employment opportunities. On the second quarter, we are also looking at introducing this vermiponics now, which we are talking about, to farmers. And on the third quarter, we are looking at now doing some global partnerships with other enterprises. So for our direct competitors, we have the urban and community composting projects. We have the commercial vermicompost producers and the organic fertilizer producers. So for the indirect competitors, we have the traditional organic farmers, those ones who just compost. We have the chemical fertilizer companies and the hydroponics and the aquaponics industries. So some of our value proposition is that we have integrated farming system. We have integrated poultry with vermiculture, whereby we are using the waste from the poultry in our vermiculture. Then we are coming up with the innovation of vermiponics. Then we have eco-friendly waste management, and then we are offering trainings to our farmers. So this is the revenue models. For the revenue models, we are getting money from 3 channels. That is through training our farmers. We have the vermiponics that we are constructing also, and we have the vermiculture and the vermi juice that we are also offering to our clients. So this is the financial projections from 2023. We have been having a steady growth. That's because we have been able to capture at least some of the farmers, mostly in the Western and the Trans-Nzoia regions. Now this is the team. I'm the founder. I'm also the production manager and the head of partnerships. Then I have Abigail Silungai, who has a degree in community development. She's in charge of the sales and marketing. And also Fred Arvin Kaemba, who is the operational manager. He has a diploma in accounting as well as possesses knowledge in vermiculture production. So our ask will be 650,000. This one will be used 40% will be used to scale up and improve on the existing structures. Then we have 20% which will use in the marketing and branding. Then we have 25% that will be used to source for the high quality red wing glowworms, which are used for vermiculture. And then we have 15% that will be used to train and capacity build our team. So, thank you, and I'm looking forward for your engagement. Thank you.
Hello. My question is, what's your clear value proposition to the customer who's buying the setup?
Okay, we are looking at farmers who don't want to, mostly those ones in the urban areas, who want to just use a small space to come up to do agriculture. And at the same time, we are now looking at how this client can be able to manage his organic wastes. For instance, when he's having this setup of the vermiculture, he's able to use his kitchen waste into that setup, and now that setup will help in the production of the vermijuice, which is now is the main ingredient in the vermiponics system.
Just a rider to that. So you're focusing people who have a small area to set up?
No, not really, because we are also working in the rural areas. Okay. We are looking at farmers. Now we have 2 products. For those who have a large farm, we are looking at producing more of the vermicompost. But for those ones who are having a small area of land, we can give them the vermiponics setup so that they can just use the vermiponics setup.
Just another question. The vermiponics, is it something that is new in the market? That's the question 1. The second question, I've had a lot of BSF. I don't know how is it competitive? Is it a potential competitor? And the model, is it similar to BSF?
Okay, thank you. For the innovation of vermiponics, I've not had much of it for the time I've been doing it. And actually, I did a research on it. I'm also researching on another one that is called the vermipods. So I'm finding it like it's a new concept that I'm bringing up because we have been having a lot of the aquaponics and the hydroponics. So I'm looking at now coming up with this, the vermiponics one.
And BSF? Okay,
about the BSF, this one is also competitive to the BSF because if you have a poultry farm, of which I've been doing, I can feed my poultry with the worms, with the vermi worms. So they are an alternative feed to the chicken because they also have that high protein content as compared to the BSF.
So if it's the same model, just paint a picture of what scalability is going to be, because BSF have also struggled to scale.
Okay. For the scaling up, I'm looking at more of the vermiponics and the vermicompost aspect of it. That is where I'm looking at the scalability. Because I'm looking at many of our farmers are really suffering on the expensive chemical fertilizers as compared to the poultry for the BSF. Because if you look at the poultry, we can have other alternative feeds for the poultry. But now when we look at the farmers, the alternatives that they have, it's only the compost manure. And now this is a new concept because it has more of the nutrients in it. Nitrogen is inside, potassium, phosphorus, and many other of these ingredients are in the compost. So my scaling up will be on the vermiponics and on the vermicompost.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Clifford. So I know you've been wondering what time we take break. This is the time that we take break for the next 15 minutes, strictly. So this means that at exactly 11:40, I will start off with Jeremiah from Busia starting us off. Then we'll move on with the rest of the program. So let us keep time. At 11:40, we will start. Okay? We'll be having our tea on the main restaurant area. Please let us just proceed and come back at 11:40.
At World Quant, we know that quant finance research starts with curiosity and creativity, with data science and market insights. We also know that becoming a top quant researcher takes more than that.
On the beach, put your hands to the sky. We lost in time, dancing in the moonlight. When I'm with you.
Email yake ni nini?
Ya ano ama ikaw ano diretso.
Sana schedule operation. You got the wrong email or oya, usivute hiyo cable bila kuniambia. Fanyisha tu kazi mbaya.
then you come.
Stretch tu hapa. Ndio stretch hapa. Ya sema nini?
Oya, nisikia niko unavuta vitu hapa, nisipendi hiyo story. Mwiga, naona unavuta vitu, nasipendi hiyo story.
Sasa nini? Ona, jemo, hebu kuchapa mbele. Nisikie stretch.
Eriko anakusumbua? Anakusumbua?
Hata mabuisa chape kali.
Nene, bado.
This is when you have pressure. Nakwambianga relax, unaniambia nini? Now she wants to make it something problem. Naenda kublame. They didn't stay. The one who stay. Brother can say
Sasa mimi utalazimika kwa pale. Na socket ni tunachia hapa. Bali dunia. Sasa na kwa socket.
Yeah.
Bali hapa ni Suppose nataka kurudisha ile
places where the locations are available.
This thing is no, I'm saying it in a serious. We're doing this over and over and over in the same thing.
Yeah, locations, yeah.
Right.
No, I hadn't. Sasa nilikuwa nasema kama naweza kufungua nini hapo from there. I edit the activity.
Single person using for it. Never forget that. Trying to mess me up and then I took the story in books like it's really
Kind of need that from start.
Anime history ile na kadisha fika huku imetunza anaigeuza sasa then slaps. Ini la pia nani? Haya huyu ubo.
Eric